So here we finally have the 2022 Acura TLX Type S versus the 2023 Hyundai Elantra N. I wanted to make this video just as a little thank you. This was the first video I ever came out with, was featuring these two cars. It's been the reason I've continued doing this. Now we're at a good 100 subscribers. That might not sound like a lot to most of you, but to me, it's really cool. And thank you guys so much for that. But anyways, let's get into these two cars. And the main reason I put emphasis on what year both of these cars are is because both of these cars in 2024 got updates. This car got a digital infotainment system, and that car got a whole entire facelift. So what exactly do we have in front of us? Starting off with the 2022 Acura TLX Type S. Here you can see beautiful single turbo 3-liter V6. It's going to be producing right around 350 horsepower on premium fuel. In short, this is a Acura TLX Type S, has a 3-liter single turbo V6, and it is also all-wheel drive. However, this right here is the 2023 Hyundai Elantra N with a 4-cylinder turbo motor. This one's a 2-liter. Now, as far as exteriors, like I said, they both got updated in 2024. Well, not so much this one, it got a few more colors, but this got a completely different facelift. Now, what's special about the design of this car is these weird little black parts in the front grille. The red trim along the side of the car. It's also on the front of the car, the back of the car, and the brakes. This TLX, as you can see, has that nice black front bumper. It has a Type S badge here, another Type S badge along there. But what I really want to talk about real quickly is that beautiful intercooler both these cars will come with. Whereas this car, again, you can see that intercooler peeking through, hopefully, because it is loud. When you turn this car off, it actually runs the fan after, so that you could do track laps, you could do hot laps, one after another, just cooling off the car. It'll cool itself down. I get a lot of people telling me to turn my car off when I've already turned it off, because they hear the fan running, they think it's still running. It's that loud. There you have your sensor for all your crash collisions and stuff like that. It's huge, unfortunately. You get a really nice grille, and this paint color is just beautiful with that black. The rims, again, NSX inspired, have red brakes. They're beautiful. That Type S badge on the side, white leather seats on the inside, a little bit of black on that mirror. Again, another one of those NSX rims. Here we have the back end of this car. Taillight. Type S down there. You have your quad exhaust. Your Acura badge, your black spoiler. TLX, the SH all-wheel drive, which stands for Super Handling All-Wheel Drive. Again, quad exhaust, little reflector. On this side, you have the little Acura in it. But this car, again, gonna have red trim. Coming along the front here, it's gonna have that weird little black bit on the grille. I have aftermarket rims, so don't worry about those. You have fully black mirrors on this. Both these cars come standard with Michelin tires on them, but I have all seasons swapped onto this one. Here we have the black, more of a wing, kind of a spoiler. I don't know what you'd really refer to it as. You do get an N badge on the back. You get these taillights which stretch all the way across. As you can see. And then you have your dual exit exhaust. You also get that fake reflector brake light. It's not a brake light. It's just a reflector that's meant to look like one. So that's kind of sad, but you get your dual exhaust. They both sound pretty good. The left one is the main one. The right one opens up when you use the active exhaust. Whereas this car has quad exhaust tips, and the muffler is actually closed, the valve in the exhaust is actually closed when it's in comfort and normal mode, and then opens up as the revs get over a certain point. Both these cars have completely different trunk accesses. This one is right here in the taillight. You press that button and it'll open up. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of stuff in this trunk, but it's a little smaller than the Elantra's, probably a little wider, but definitely shorter. Here you can see it has the stunt brace in the back, or whatever you want to call it. For my poor filthy Elantra, you just come press this little hexagon right here, and it'll pop open your trunk. And there you can see the red stunt bracing in the back of this, as well as the tabs to pull it. Here you can see actually a dealer option for the car, but it is the NSX-inspired rims for the TLX. I absolutely love them. They're in this gunpowder gray. Both of these cars do also get different door emblems. You get an N for the N, and then a Type S for the Type S. Now, from an interior perspective, this car is going to be all about the Alcantara and the leather that's put into it. As you can see, the floor mats have an actual N badge on them. Get your pedals, nice aluminum. You can see a little bit of the interior lighting. Here you can see the seats, which of course have that iconic glowing N on them. They're made of leather, and then the middle has Alcantara, has blue stitching along the leather. For the TLX Type S, you actually get more options for the seats. These seats come in orchid white. You can see they have the Type S ingrained on top of them on the headrest. And then otherwise it's leather and Alcantara. As far as materials go for these seats, I have been in these seats on multiple road trips and they're perfect. They're really good. They're really comfortable. What I love about them is the Alcantara, they grip you in really well. And these are of course bucket seats, so they're amazing. They really hold you in well. But the only complaint that I really have is adjustability. For this seat, if you want it to go up and down, this is how you make it go up and down. You just have to pump it, and then this you pull to make this go forward and back. And then again, you have your bar, push it forward and back, and that's how you adjust this seat. But where the TLX wins is right here in these controls. These beautiful leather seats, which are extremely comfortable. I mean, they're literally like floating on a cloud. Let me just show you how adjustable they are. What's going to be bolstering in is you have your lumbar right here, and then you have these side ones, which can really bolster in. I mean, it's like a massage chair. And then down here it can bolster up too to make it feel almost as good as the bucket seats I have in my car. But again, these have the soft, super plush leather. They're incredibly nice. And then the Alcantara, black Alcantara in the middle. You will see it pop up, the different adjustments I can make with this seat. As you can see, I can do the back, I can do lumbar, I can do the, I can do the side bolstering, and I can also do the front, like little, whatever you call it, thigh cushion. Now, as you can see in here, you have your front little display, which is of course connected to your front media center and all that. You have your climate controls right there, shift boot, 2 cup holders, you have an actual physical parking brake, and then you have your middle armrest. I modified mine to have this leather Alcantara one. And now here we have the 2022 Acura TLX Type S. And I mentioned that, again, the year 2022, because that means we get these beautiful white gauges, the white and red gauges. I think that is such a must-have on this car. Otherwise, you get a basic, boring digital dash. That's what the 2024 and up models get. And, you know, maybe that's more your style. Maybe you think that's more modern, but I don't know. I go crazy for these white and red gauges they got here. But let's start it up. Now, again, this car has a ton more options. So you can actually change this out for carbon fiber if you get it at the dealer. And that goes the same for in here. This can be carbon fiber. This can be carbon fiber as well as that. Both of those can be optioned out for carbon fiber pieces. And while we're in the Acura, we're going to do this for both cars. But let's talk about the different drive modes in these cars. Now, both the Acura and the Elantra have 4 different drive modes. For the Acura, it's going to be Comfort, Normal Mode, Sport Mode, and Sport Plus Mode. And then for the Elantra, it's going to be Eco Mode, Normal Mode, Sport Mode, and then the N Custom Mode. But if you go ahead and change through them on the style, it'll give you cool things. So we can go from Comfort to Normal, Sport, and then if you turn and hold the knob, you'll get Sport Plus. This will also change this gauge to say in the bottom, If you can see down there, it says Sport Plus when we're in Sport Plus. It says Sport when we're in Sport, Normal and Normal, and Comfort and Comfort. That also changes the interior lights. I don't know how well that comes up because of the sun, but for Comfort, it goes blue. For Normal, it goes white. And then it also goes red for Sport or Sport Plus. And here you can see in the back seat, I standing at 6'2", I have enough room to be back here, no problem. I have enough room with my knees. My head's right about at the ceiling level. And then back here we have the vents. And as far as the seats go, same thing. You have leather on the top. You have that nice Alcantara bucket all the way down. And then again on the door panels, you have that soft Alcantara. And then otherwise, it's just standard Elantra. But I also have modified my car to have rear vents in this car, which standard it usually would not have. Another quick gripe about this is up there. If you can see, that is a USB-D charger, which, thankfully, 2024, this got an update. Both of these cars did, and it has USB-C now. Now, from the back, I have the seat pushed up a little further up, but I still have decent leg room. Not as much arm room, I guess. It's kind of a weird shape back here. It kind of caves in on itself. But again, you get the nice leather here. Nice leather here, actually. And then this is a plastic. No Alcantara there, though. But as you can see for the seats, you do get some Alcantara in the middle as well as here. Nothing ingrained on the top. But what I do like is you get this nice leather side piece that you don't get in the Elantra. It's really nice and allows you to lay right up against there. Another thing in this car is that you do get cup holders, which I'm 90% sure the Elantra does not have. And these are really nice cup holders. They're actually color matched. I went back just to confirm, and nope, no rear cup holders back here, just the ones you get in your door sill. Also, I did not have to install rear vents in this car. It came with them, wouldn't you know it? Another thing that this car comes with is the Elantra just comes with a standard Bose, whereas this comes with an ELS Studio 3D surround sound system, which again, you also get on the front. And it is amazing. It is a really good sound system, probably the best in its class, if I had to say. Now, for the Elantra, this will actually change. You have two different ways to change your drive modes. That's going to be this drive mode button down here, and also this, both of these N paddles. What is this fucking music? I'm not fucking... So here we have it in normal mode. We can change it to sport, and then we can change it to eco. Again, all that's done through this button. And then if you want to get into N mode, you use the other button on the steering wheel. That'll put you in N mode, and if you press it again, it'll put you in N custom. So let's go over all the drive modes. Again, we're going to start from eco. Eco will give you the best fuel economy. It makes this car, again, feel pretty boring, feel like a normal, everyday Elantra. Same thing for normal mode, not very special. It's just normal mode makes this car feel like a normal Elantra. And then we have sport mode. This is a feature found in most of the N-Line cars, and that's honestly the best thing I could compare this to. It really feels like an N-Line car when you get in it and you drive it. The throttle response is good, but it's not exactly where it is on the N cars. It's really fun, not super bad. The exhaust opens up, but you don't get the pops and bangs like you do in N mode, which again, is button press away, right button. And you get this. Also, if I didn't mention, obviously the gauges change every time. This is a fully digital setup. Biggest gripe with this, everyone asks about it, is what is that? And it's just a plastic piece. There's nothing to it. They just thought that this screen was too wide, and they put that to off-put it. So that's the answer for that. His comfort mode is very lofty, very soft. Normal mode is kind of a, it's normal mode. I mean, there's really nothing special about it. I don't know what you want from me. Sport mode makes it decently sporty. If you're going around cruising or something like that, you're probably going to be in sport mode. And then when it's in Sport Plus mode, the throttle is always ready to go. I mean, if you take your foot off and you put it back on, it's going to be ready to go. There's no turbo lag, nothing. It's insane how quick it is in Sport Plus. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play clips of the exhaust in their different exhaust modes. You guys can let me know which one you think sounds better. But we're going to go from comfort for that car, eco for this car, all the way up to N mode for this car, and Sport Plus mode for that car. Anyways, now that we have finally seen both these cars, talked about it a little bit, let's get into actually driving both of them and getting them on the road. And then we'll have a nice little race between the two to see which one's actually quicker.